Good morning, folks. This is Tom Lehr coming to you from South Mississippi, close to Picayune. Also known as, people are calling me the Mississippi Duck Commander. For some odd reason, they say I look like those guys in Duck Dynasty that live over in Louisiana. Matter of fact, I did get this from Uncle Si, this bandana here. He was passing out Tupperware cups and bandanas. And Uncle Si's got a band now called Uncle Si and the Psychotics. They're kind of like a country band. And look them up on the YouTube if you get a chance. They're actually pretty good. I think they were on Huckabee one time also. So here I am out here Tuesday morning enjoying myself. I'm retired. I can do that. Drinking my community coffee. Look here. I bet y'all wish y'all had one of these. Waffle House cup. You don't know what I had to go through to get this thing. There's two Waffle Houses in our town. Our town isn't that big, so that tells you something. But the first one I went to, and I go to a lot, I said, "Do you sell these things?" They said, "No, we don't sell them. We have an online store that does." So I looked online, and they do sell them. And so I waited. Then one night I went to the coast to play music, and my friends and I were coming back. Stopped at the Waffle House to eat in Bay St. Louis area. And I said to my friend, "Man, I sure would," no, the waitress, "I sure would like one of those cups. Do you sell them?" She said, "Yes." So my friend ended up buying this cup for me. And this is what I drink my community coffee out of every day. That's one of the few pleasures I have left. I don't drink, don't smoke, don't chase women. I'm just kind of a mellow guy now. But I do love my coffee. I don't care if it raises my heart rate or not. And that's another thing. I went to the doctor, and they thought I'd had a MRI or MTI or whatever the heck it was about a year and a half ago. But what it was, your heart's got these electrical impulses running to it. And so your heart is broken up into two parts as far as I can figure out, your left and your right. And the right part, when they put you on that EKG was, really good. But the left part was just going bonkers. So I heard, talked to the heart doctor and what do they call, pulmonologist? I'm not really sure what they're called. I know they get paid a lot more than I do. But anyhow, they said, well, it's because of those electrical impulses. They said that is your new normal, whatever that means. So I don't know why I told you that. But anyhow, that was that. And people, wonder if I am related to the Robertsons, the duck commanders over there. And I think everybody's related because if my knowledge serves me right, there's a scripture in the Bible, Leviticus 17:11, says we're all of one blood. And if you believe, that Adam and Eve were the first ones around, where else would it come from? I do a prison ministry, and I was in there, and we went to Leesville. That's SMCI, Southern Mississippi Correctional Institute. And we have, the guys sitting at our table, and one guy's name was Hector. He was in there for 2 consecutive life sentences. He had one in Mississippi and one in Texas. And I guess he'd killed a few guys, but it caught up with him. He was in a drug house, and they shot him. And he was dying, laying there dying, bleeding out. And I was at the table with him. I said, Hector, I said, I bet you didn't care what color that blood was, who it came from, did you? If it was a Chinese dude or a black dude, you were probably just happy to get it, weren't you? And he just kind of looked at me, you know. But that's, you know, that's we're all of one blood, you know. And people say I've been getting a word from the Lord. The Lord has been showing me and telling me this. You know, the Lord told me something too, but He told it to me in the Bible. He said, love God and love your neighbors. You know, it wasn't a big vision. The only vision it was my eyes looking at the page and seeing that vision. Love God, love your neighbor. Period. So that's my preaching for today. But I want to show you some things that grow on my farm. Geranium, flower, smells good. And I had one of my friends come over here a few years back, and he went fishing. He's from Vietnam, and he saw all the flowers on my bush over there. He said, "Can I have some of those?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "What the heck do you want these for?" He said, "Well, in my country," he said, "they make tea out of them and drink it." I said, "Dang." So anyhow, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. See, an old dog can learn new tricks. But that's one of the things on my property. Another one is I have sassafras trees, and this is what a sassafras leaf looks like. Yeah, I know y'all have heard of sassafras. Sassafras root. They make tea out of it. It smells really good. Sassafras. And they also, out of these leaves, after these leaves dry, you can crush them up really fine and make what they call filet. F-I-L-E. Filet. And you put that on your food. They use it a lot down here in the South. You ever heard of filet gumbo? See, that's where it comes from. Another thing that grows on my property, and we planted this. This is mint. It smells good. It's good for your stomach. Once you start putting it in, it takes over. So, that's good. Mint. Another thing, I put some bluebird boxes up, and they went in one, had their babies. My wife liked to spy on them. This is the nest. She took the nest out of there. Well, bluebirds. So we also have ducks. We have turtles lay eggs in our yard. They dig a little hole, and you could stand right there and watch them. Stand 1 foot away from them. So they dig their little hole. I've got my turtle pallet out there in my pond. Got a pallet and put styrofoam, let it float. The turtles get up there and sun themselves. So that's my farm out here, part of it. So I'll let you guys go. I just thought I'd give you a shout from the Mississippi Duck Commander. If you have any topic you want to talk to me about, let me know. Marriage, finances, Bible, just general advice. I can give it to you. Bible says there's safety in the multitude of counselors. And I really think today, in this time, we need that. And I'm just going to tell you something. Y'all might get mad at me, but you know what? Don't get mad. Our president needs good counselors. He can't keep firing everybody that shows him a different way, so he can prove himself right. He needs to listen to other counselors, um, and that's just my opinion on the whole thing. Uh, these stimulus checks that we've been getting, I don't like it. I don't care for it. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it wasn't thought out right. I don't I don't go for it. It's just me talking to you. Um, Another thing Trump's doing that I think is wrong, and I retired from the post office. He refuses to give the post office any help. He trashes the post office. Post office is actually it's part of the Constitution, folks. So does that tell you something? Um, so when people ask me, "What do you think of Donald Trump?" This is a. I want to keep this channel a PG channel. So that's all I'm going to tell you about what I think about him. I don't think he's chosen of God. Uh, he's chosen by the Electoral College. So I'm just telling you the truth. If you want to get mad, get mad, but don't get mad at the truth. So y'all have a good day. I'll be getting back with you on more topics. This is the Mississippi Duck Commander signing out.